Welcome back. It's a great day for this Tuesday, 23rd day of June. And on Tuesdays about this time, it's time to talk a little politics with Party Scoopers. And once again, we have one scoop today. Sam is joining us. It's Party Scoop time.
I'll take it.
All right, so what is going on in your world?
Well, I mean, obviously the biggest political story of the year, Donald Trump's running for president.
Officially.
Officially running for
It's
president.
the most entertaining, perhaps.
I was going to say, that's the biggest story of the year.
Yeah, he announced last week, obviously a typical Donald Trump announcement. I think it was a 48-minute speech. I think he held up his financial records to show how rich he is. And just kind of, I think he basically winged the speech. So it's worth watching just for the humor in it all. So obviously, I don't know if he's actually going to be a serious candidate. There's speculation that he may not even get to the point of actually filing the paperwork with the FEC. He's just doing this for the attention now. So we'll see what happens
So the
there.
paperwork hasn't been filed yet?
I'm not sure if it has or not.
Actually, according to CNN this morning, it has been.
it is finally?
That's kind of surprising. Obviously, his biggest threat is that he can do and say whatever he wants. Right? He can go out there. He can, in his announcement speech, he attacked Jeb Bush. He can be that kind of wild card who just says all this stuff that the other guys may not want to because they want, future in politics. They want to be more friendly to their other Republicans. Where Donald Trump, he's got a lot of money and a big mouth, and he can kind of go out there and kind of stir things up. So
really, he helps the Democrats to some extent because he just goes out and throws mud at all the other candidates,
right,
and then he's done. Yeah.
Right. There's no way that he actually would win the nomination. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with.
So what's the Democratic take on this then? If you got somebody that's such a loose cannon over here who's now saying that he's going to run for president, what do you guys on the Democratic side do? Are you helping them? Say, hey, you want to come over here? Here's an opening.
Yeah, come on over to Des Moines. We'll give you a stage and you can say whatever you want. No, I don't think we'll do much with them, but it'll be interesting to watch, definitely, with an already crowded field. Having Donald Trump in there, his ego alone will make it even more crowded, so it should be fun to watch.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing for the Democrats?
I don't think he's serious enough to be good or bad. I think it'll just be entertaining more than anything to watch. On the Democratic side, we've still got Bernie Sanders out there getting some surprising crowds. I think he's going to be back in Iowa soon.
Why do you say surprising crowds? He's on your side and running for president. Why is that a surprise?
Well, surprising because he's, they don't do a lot of building for these events with staff. They've got a smaller staff in Iowa. It's not the typical campaign where you have volunteers calling through people saying, hey, come to this event. It's a lot of online ads and Facebook ads trying to get people to these things, and he's had crowds that are pretty large, actually, for a candidate who, again, is a long shot, but he's really attracting some voters, a lot of younger voters. There was an interesting article today about how Bernie is actually kind of taking away from the Rand Paul voters because they're the same kind of college-age people who are very kind of socially liberal, like Bernie is, and so actually Rand Paul and Bernie are competing for these same voters that otherwise, those would be easy votes for Rand Paul to pick up, like his dad did.
Now, what are Bernie and Rand doing? Are they really positioning themselves to run for the presidency, or are they positioning themselves to be possible vice presidential candidates?
I don't think either one is positioning themselves for anything other than just they want to be in the conversation. I think Rand Paul, him more so, he wants a future in politics because he's a younger guy. His dad obviously is well known and has run for president a couple times. Bernie, I think, is in it more more than anything just to influence the conversation, to get out there and bring up these issues that he doesn't think are being talked about by the more mainstream candidates.
Right.
Interesting. All right, so again, we're just getting started here, just getting rolling.
Yeah. You got candidates in all the time now. Obviously, the bigger political issue this week has been this the South Carolina Confederate flag issue.
Right.
I think pretty much every presidential candidate now has called for its removal. After the governor of South Carolina yesterday came out and said it's time to take this flag down. Obviously, this is going to heal a lot of wounds. I think all the presidential candidates who had before been kind of on the fence, not really taking a position on it, most of them came out and said, let's do this and let's take it down. So that's obviously been the big political discussion this week.
I think Walmart taking all the Confederate flags out of their stores had something to do with it too.
Well, it seems like it's a matter of when and not if anymore that it's going to come down, and it'll be amusing to watch the backlash because there'll be some. But I mean, it's way past time for that thing to go away.
Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully it's part of a bigger conversation. Obviously, flag up it's a symbol, but this is a bigger conversation about how we solve this issue and discuss race in the country. So hopefully that continues to be a part of at least the presidential discussion, hopefully other discussions too.
Yeah, speaking of presidential discussion, Jackie and I listened to part of the president with an interview yesterday dropping the N-word in an interview discussing the whole situation too, and made a very valid point of it isn't so much just the symbol, it's what has to happen afterwards.
Right. It's an ongoing discussion. It can't just be, let's get the flag down and then let's not talk about this again. That's the first step to start healing some wounds, but obviously it's a longer term discussion.
All right, man. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
All right, it's 7:29. We'll be back. This is Great Dad.